one video I saw, and the lady was legit mentioning general overseers of church. He said, she saw them in air fire, even when the Lord was calling her. And I fold my hand and like everything we do now. If Mommy Gio sees me like this, automatically I have a ticket.
you don't have ticket though. You have catapulted you. You have catapulted you completely to. In fact, Mommy Gio seems to be the person that is writing people's name for fire.
I don't understand.
You know, we used to have senior prefect, class prefect, timekeeper. She's fire keeper.
I'm just thinking, you know, when the government was talking about social media regulation and all, I think this is one.
She's not preaching on social media.
That's not preaching. That's like condemning things. She's not supposed. Is she a judge? Law and woman when she's in school. He said he was in the kingdom of darkness. See on Lucifer, they hit like this one-on-one. That you can't be working with a boss and you won't be talking directly with your boss. She talked directly with Lucifer.
So Lucifer is her boss.
Lucifer is her boss. According to what she said in the spirit world, she fight kung fu. All
right, we have a guest in the studio with us this morning. Comrade Adegboyega is right here with us. Adegboyega Adeniji is the National Coordinator of Peace Action Transformation. Good morning. Good to have you, sir.
Thank you very much for having me.
Do you attend Mommy Gio's church?
No.
Have you seen her on social media?
I'm not interested in all that.
But does he even know what
distraction? To me, it's a distraction. I don't.
So you said
it's a distraction.
It is a distraction.
I'm telling you.
Actually,
that woman, if she has a social media page right now, she's making money.
I think she definitely should have, because the thing is now getting consistent now.
I think somebody is recording and posting.
Of course she's aware someone is recording her, because even in those religious houses, because I don't want to mention a qualified name, you know, in those religious houses they project stuff. She sees cameras.
Does her church look like the type?
I don't even want to call it church. That's why I said religious house.
Does her religious house look like the type that has cameras?
What provokes me are the people that sit down to listen. When you have your Bible and you can always.
They are in a permanent state of distraction.
That is the situation.
They are in a permanent state.
It's unfortunate.
They are no longer being distracted. They are inside it. Their second name is now distraction.
I just hope God will set them free from the bondage of distraction, because it has a bondage. Because someone getting to tell you some normal things that you, before you know that, you will tell us, oh, le mo agbo.
Agbo is your problem. She also tell you people not to use the phone that you people are even using to watch her.
She said ladies cannot use. If she see you like this with all this big earring that you are wearing, this earring you are wearing is Lucifer, the one Lucifer best wear.
You know, she said people who do finger. How did she do that finger thing? Did you see that one?
Yes, okay. That she said, oh, this is the head of the cow. When people say, "What's up, G? What's up, G?" That this thing, these two, is the two horn.
That they are ailing Lucifer.
And this one is the head.
And they are saying down Jesus.
Hey. She mentioned, so she even said break dancing. Michael Jackson break dance. That who does break dancing? Skeleton. Skeleton is a dead person. So people are, it is what she said.
You know what? The truth is, Nigerians would do anything to entertain themselves, and I'm not sure this woman is a Nigerian, but
she speaks Yoruba. Somebody that if care is not taking, she might be from Ulisha. You're playing.
The whole drama is getting to a climax.
It's honestly, sir.
Very, very soon, Nigerians will realize that the things of the spirit are quite different from the things of the flesh. You just have to walk towards your goal to achieve. Your prayer is just to enliven your faith, to give you. So don't expect God to come down to do anything for you. You got to move. This is show me your works, and I prove your faith.
You just did something now that I love. I love it so much. I love when you say you gotta
move.
You gotta do it. You know, this year I told people there will be a lot of gun on one.
You see.
Let's take a look at the papers this morning. 10 years after Occupy Nigeria, Buhari battles fuel subsidy. And that's a front page story, banner headline of the Guardian newspaper. It has riders like federal government subsidy for transport workers. Oshibajo to meet NLC on palliatives, says finance minister expensive lifestyle of government doesn't support subsidy removal. Afenifere UPU, YCE, ACF, others decry planned removal, say it's move to kill the masses. Laloja acknowledges Balogun as next Olubadan. I have given my best to Nigeria, says Buhari. Gunmen abduct 6 ex-SSGs, children, escort, driver in Taraba. 19 died, 26 injured in Kano auto crash. And gunmen invade Imo police station, destroy officers. What do you have?
Oh, my favorite. The Punch, have PDP will take over if APC leaders fail on convention. Buhari said that. Yeah, federal government will merge agency, won't sack workers, says finance minister. Okay, coming down, there's a place where I saw on the Punch, panic as herdsmen lead over 1,000 cows to Oshogbo under darkness. Amotekun contains headers. Of course, APC stakeholders demand progressive governance. Director General sacking, threatening protest. And then there's one of it that I saw on a paper where the president said the corrupt politician that it comes to APC still will not go unpunished.
When will they be punished?
When? That's a good question.
No, because
he has left office.
Because the former national chairman of APC, Adams Oshiomhole, he said, when you join our party, your sins are forgiven.
And that's why you called him former.
And now, it is 17 months to end the president's tenure. And now he came out to say,
join
wa. But he said, the president also said in the interview,
he's full of deception, he's deceiving himself. His time is over. There is nothing he can do to anybody now. Look at our court process.
Even at 17 months, sir.
We just pick them and fire them at the firing squad. It's not court process. How long will it take
to actually
run
that court process?
Prove that they are guilty.
Because he had about 8 years to do that, and he's left like 1 year plus now.
Well, that's about one very good question.
Yes.
How long will it take? How long does it take normally AFCC to prosecute?
Because these people
will never get a case settled in 1 year.
At all.
No.
Because these people
when did you start Mena's case?
I can't even remember.
Mena's case, I can't remember about 8 years.
Mena is enjoying his life
3
now.
years. At the point he ran away, they caught him at
before
Niger
he
Republic.
even ran away, before he got to the point of running away, that Abdulrashid Mena's case has been in EFCC
sincerely yours,
since 2016 or something.
Sincerely yours, we should not even be talking about corruption or politics of corruption in Nigeria again.
Why, sir?
Because it's a conspiracy of the allies and the civil and public servants. You get me?
The enablers.
Yeah, they enable these things. So it is a system breakdown. They actually break the system down. There's no standard below which you can operate. Once anybody is in office or in uniform, he turns the place to his personal estate and does things the way he likes.
And extort the office.
Yes. They just get the budget, share it, and it goes there, it goes there, it goes there, and there's no delivery. And that's why we are here we are now. So for Mr. President to be telling me that somebody will not go unpunished,
in 17 months
it's usual deception, because the election is coming. So they want to start telling us another story now. Please, we should forget about this.
Okay, so let me get your opinion on this one.
Finish your stories.
Okay, there was a particular place where he said he has given his best to Nigeria, and there was another place where the president said when he leaves the office, nobody should call him to any court case or any court evidence.
He's not going to participate?
He's not going to participate.
He's deluding himself. His best to Nigeria is a disaster. Nigeria is in war. We're in a state of war. It's not until when everybody is shooting that you know that the economy, banditry is now
terrorism.
Terrorism is now everybody's way of life. If you can just be bold enough to do your own, you do it and get away. What sort of country is that?
But unlike the bandit of the Punch newspaper this morning that says the NAF plans bandits bombardment and lays the fears over civilian casualties. US wants the federal government. Now, military to target forests, bandit camps, not civilian areas. Usage not conform, must conform with international norms. The United States has told.
No, that has to do with human rights.
Yes, but if the Nigerian Air Force is
from all this, can you see any efficacy in their operations?
Yesterday they announced that they had about let me just put the figures together and say about over 1,000
1,190
something 90 something
where is the evidence? Do we see it in the media? They tell us so many stories.
But they can't bring the dead bodies to the media.
No, they don't need to bring the dead bodies. Just a snapshot of what's going on. All these things don't. When the what do they call it? The American SEALs, when they dealt with the Islamic jihadist, what's his name again?
Osama bin Laden.
Didn't they show us?
That was a totally different one. Okay, let me take a look at the Nation newspaper this morning. It says, Buhari to APC intra-party rift, invitation to PDP victory, delayed convention risky, says President. No cover for corrupt politicians in APC. The 4-year tenure is constitutional. It cannot be interfered by anybody. So, if the party couldn't agree, then the opposition can take over. Oyetola to run for second term. Ladoja backs Balogun and Solubado designates DHQ to politicians who wear military camouflage to campaign rallies. No plan to sack workers, say the federal government. Minister recants. Why we exonerated Dowen College pupils, others by the Department of, that's the DPP. Now, call for sack of Governors Forum, DG, and 28 kidnapped victims were freed. Let's quickly take a look at
yes, in Tribune, yes, Governor of Benue State, Governor Samuel Otom to Buhari, declare Maeti Ola as terrorist organization. Rejection of state police. You're working against interest. Will of Nigerians. NBF tells Buhari. Buhari excused for opposing the state's holds no water at Debanjo. Nigeria will reject Buhari's preferred candidate, PDP. APC stakeholders ask governor to remove Lukman. However, age telling on me, Buhari says
at what hour?
It says working 8 hours a day in office is not a joke. It's no joke. Apologies. I don't expect Nigerians to appreciate me after office, he adds. Corrupt defector to APC won't go unpunished. Opposition can take over if APC can't agree. I think that was a very strong word from Mr. President. That shows like so because they asked him in one of the interviews, they asked him like what's his expectation for 2023 election. He said 2023 election is not his problem.
As long as he said all he promises is that there's going to be free election.
But they asked if he has a candidate. He stylishly said yes, but he's not going to mention name.
It is well.
It is most unfortunate.
We're talking about that 2023 election.
Yeah, hold on. It's most unfortunate that history is repeating itself. And we Nigerians are just lazing about. That's one of the reasons why visionaries and like minds put up the pact, Peace Action Transformation. Action to transform us to peaceful society. You see, in 2015, immediately Buhari won the election, I met Ahad Musa, may God bless his soul, the chairman of the People's Liberation Party. He told me PDP capitulated, that PDP gave Buhari this government and that they are going to take it back. And so Buhari is telling us now that, look, this my party, they are not organized, PDP can take it back. Sincerely yours, Nigerians are fed up with both APC and PDP.
Of course, yes.
They are two sides of the same coin.
But do you see a replacement for the two of them?
Yes, that's what we are working on. Yes.
But you're still working on it. So we're talking about a work in progress. And
yes.
Nigerians are not, they don't look to me like the set of people that will not jump on a boat that they have not trusted again, like you said.
Yes.
They're tired.
Yes.
So if they're tired, you see them jumping on a train that they've never tested before?
They have their trusted leaders. As of today, in that report, you see people castigating the president that, look, you are not doing the wish of Nigerians. Nigerians want a restructured nation. You said no. Are you the owner of the country? You are a public servant.
And
you swear to serve the people. He's not serving us. That's why I said he cares less whatever Nigerians say. He doesn't serve us.
But let me bring us back to the topic for this morning. We want to talk about federalism, and I want to talk about the 2023 general elections. Now, my concern, bringing the two together, is you just talked about restructuring. I'm talking about federalism.
Yes.
The kind system of government
yes.
that we practice. One of the things that have come out in recent times is this issue of decentralization of the police force.
That's right.
In a federal system of government, we should have that kind of system.
Yes.
But the president has just told us that that is not a possibility. State police and the rest of it.
That is his own personal view. His view cannot override the interests of all Nigerians.
But what the representatives of the people in the National Assembly don't seem to be doing anything about that.
The people in the National Assembly at inception, the Senate president, told us that anything the president wants is going to do.
Yeah.
So they are not serving us.
He said it immediately he became the Senate president in 2019.
He said it.
That he's going to do anything the president wants.
So they are not serving us. They are serving their ego. They are serving their personal interest. You get me?
Yeah.
And that is why I'm telling you that Nigerians are ready to change this system. Because the system has broken down completely. And it is very, very evident.
So what should we look forward to as we look at the 2023 general elections? Because we need the federal system of government that we claim to be practicing to work for us.
That's right.
But unfortunately, what we have right now is not working.
Yes. So we should be looking out to the actions that will be engineering the people to take democratic actions to ensure the emergence of leaders and not politicians. Leaders, visionary leaders, motivational leaders, leaders that will serve the people, leaders that are ready to serve humanity, that are not, look, all these people in the corridors of power, they are billionaires. Why are they still taking the resources they're supposed to use for social welfare? Why are they taking it away?
Sir, I want to quickly mention something.
Yes.
When you said they are billionaires. Of course, I agree with you that they are billionaires. But,
Yes.
but I've always understood one thing, that corruption is not just about the so-called politicians alone. Because when you go to ministries, departments, and agencies, I think they are more corrupt administratively. Like you said, they are elite. They know how to use the paper. Because let's say, for instance, it's difficult for a minister or minister of power or minister of works to just, get the money and eat it alone without the permanent secretaries and other people holding a public office.
That's right.
So sometimes I feel
it means we have a system that is enabled from the ground up
Yes.
to favor whoever becomes a politician. So
Yes.
whether the politician is corrupt or not, the system is corrupt.
the system is correct.
The system has been submerged. There is no, it's anything goes.
So
arbitrariness and impunity.
So even if we elect this crop of politicians that you are talking about, who are relatively,
I am not talking about politicians. I'm talking about leaders.
Okay, so if
visionary leaders.
If we now elect these visionary leaders who are not supposed to misbehave, now you just said that the system that they are going to rely upon
the
to
permanent
deliver,
secretary is still
they
there.
are,
and the civil servants are still there.
They are going to change the system. They are going to bring in place the system that is internationally accepted, the norms, the values, the ethics, the morality that is expected, and they are going to be contented people that wants to give their all, their intellectual capacity and property to serve our humanity.
To serve our humanity. I like the word serve.
Yes.
I was opportune to be in a gathering where top civil servants were discussing about, they had a new commissioner and the commissioner is strict, he's doing as if, I know everything, and that they are going to frustrate the commissioner in that office until the governor will withdraw his appointment. They did it.
Yes.
Just because the commissioner wants to say, when Igbo joined politics, I've been serving this Kinikon for the past 20-something years.
So basically,
just come.
They are as powerful.
Yes, as those politicians too.
And that's what I told you, that it is a conspiracy. There is no corruption in Nigeria.
So sir, your visionary leaders now, he said they are coming to change the system.
They are coming to fundamentally change the system.
In that case, does that mean some people will be sacked, some people will be chased away? Does that mean some people offices will be changed, positions will be changed?
Very good question. You see, the challenge of Nigeria is leadership. The body language of the leader will send the message down